Week 15 on my road to Worlds. This week was interesting. I can't really say anything negative about this week, but I also can't say anything good about this week. I got my new training cycle plan, which is going to be pretty full on. So I'll be starting that next week. I did a lot of good training. I just didn't get all of it on camera. So the session I had with my coach is probably my best session of the week. Normally is. And we just don't have a camera running that day because we're just focusing on the session. My skin is absolutely ruined. So the session on the first lot of clips was the session right after the session with my coach. And yeah, it was just, my skin was just feeling it. So on the last day, and the last set of clips, it just got to a certain point where my skin just didn't let me pull anymore. But yeah, it's a good couple of weeks, so I'll be keen to get into some hard training again. This is a pretty cool boulder. I wasn't able to flash this one, but getting it on video, I was able to repeat it on the first go. My flash guy just hit that right hand just a little bit too far to the left where it wasn't really a hold. And this move here kind of terrified me because you couldn't really see the hold. And then I had no chance of getting my foot up there, so I just decided to resort to the old knee beta, which worked out pretty well. And the fact that I had a bloody knee and didn't bleed on the hold was actually quite good. This move here was probably one of the moves that ruined my skin most. The idea is you hit that volume and either cross through left hand or go into Gaston with the right hand. And I didn't know whether I wanted to pogo off the left or just left foot on jump. So I tried a bit of both. And yeah, unfortunately I didn't have much success with it. I did try just from the ground jumping into the position and got to the top. So it's just a matter of just sticking the first move, I guess. I don't know if I can say I was getting closer to it, because I just don't know really. This was one of the men's final problems on the most recent competition. It was the only men's problem that was still up. The issue here was everyone else went toe hook there, and my toe hook is just not great. So I struggled a bit there. So I just worked a bit on trying to find a different beta that would work for me a bit more. So there was that bump, which I was able to get there, but it was kind of at the end of my session, so I was just really just powered out at this point, and the bump really took it out of me to try and like hit it and just stop myself from swinging around. So the 3 clips I got of this climb, I had 3 different betas. This one here, I decided, a heel might be good. Didn't feel great until I hit that hold, and then it just felt really solid. And then once I got here, the next move is either you go left hand up, right hand down, or you go right hand up, left hand down, and kind of like face out like I did there. But I just had no power left. Coming back to some of the climbs I worked on last week, I just tried to work on the kind of the moves that I was struggling with, which on this one was the first move, and then this midsection, which was a lot of trusting feet and working your way around that volume. That foot chip you're standing on is very, very little. So it's just trying to find that balance point. I got some beta about the toe hook here, which every time I did it, I got closer and closer. So I decided I was going to give it a go from the start. I found a different way to do that start, where instead of going to swap feet, I just leant into the right foot, right hand. So I was able to do really well on that start move, but then every time I did it from the start, it just made the next few moves quite a bit harder. Being tall, okay, there I kind of just grazed both of my knee caps on the volume, and I got a bit scared. Being a bit taller means getting that toe hook underneath is just a bit harder. which I can say, but at the same time, it's just me not wanting to trust the foot and really weight that right foot well. So in every one of these goes, you can kind of see me just putting weight on the right foot, but not really. This was the furthest I got on it. I was actually able to get the toe hook in well. And then you're supposed to go into like a double palm to release the toe, but then I just kind of slipped off. Palming is not really something I'm good at. Having sweaty hands, it makes it a bit hard. This move here, had a lot of trouble with. And I actually made a lot of good progress on this. So at this point, I started thinking to stop going to the edge of the volume, but try to go more to the end of the volume. Which pretty much has got me to the middle of the volume anyway. And I got a bit closer every single time. But as you can see there, my ankle just keeps trying to pop back up, which is not really ideal. I got very close. The issue is my skin just becomes very, very weak, and yeah, it's just not good. So everything hurts. So at a certain point, doing that move, I would hit that left hand, and I guess my skin would just be too bad. I would just hit it and I wouldn't pull. So I wouldn't be able to get my weight over. Looking at myself doing those swings, I did better on the swings than I did last week. Not being sick definitely does help. But just the movement and my thought process behind the swing, it is a lot better than what it was last week, which is very good. I'm very happy with the progress I've made on those, the first move on the slab boulder and then the swing on this boulder. I'll be back to try that kind of paddly one from my first sequence of videos later this week, so hopefully I can make some progress on that as well, and then just trying to work on obviously my weaknesses like my ankle flexibility, my toe hook strength, and then yeah, just trying to be a more overall well-rounded climber. So we'll see where that gets me. Stick around for the journey.